insane. Yeah, even coming from a downhill mountain biking background where we're sort of flying down tracks at 80, 90 k's an hour in between trees, it still didn't give me the same feeling as this. Yeah, this is just something else. So I definitely won't be going back to downhill mountain biking anytime soon. Alright, so my name's Brett Jones. We're at Bend Motorsport Park for round 1 of the SA State Drift Series. This is my 2003 Nissan 350Z. It's got a VQ35 6-cylinder, pretty basic setup. It's got the plenum spacer, inlet, 3-inch exhaust, and is tuned on a Link ECU. It's making 180 kilowatts. I've pretty much thrown the GK Tech catalogue at it. So every adjustable arm, all angle kit, BC Racing coilovers. It's got a OS Geiken 2-way with 4.08 diff gears. Besides that, not really much else. There's a couple of race seats and a cage and a steering wheel basically. I got bored one day and decided to cut my front guards up and make some little vents in there and throw a big stupid wing on the back of it and a couple of things on the front bar, and yeah, it's probably given me way too much downforce to be honest, but yeah, I like the look of it and I always like the Z's with the big wings on the back of them, so I'll run it and find a way to drive around it, I guess.
Alright, so we've got Brett Jones in the lead in the 213 Z with Dodge Ford in the chase.
So I actually came from a downhill mountain biking background. Started racing quite young. Had a few pretty big injuries in my early 20s. So yeah, decided to sort of jump off the bike, and cars was sort of the next thing I went to. Drifting wasn't really, you know, I didn't know much about it until obviously I went for a ride in my mate's car, and yeah, that was kind of the end of it for me. I was hooked and yeah, had to go and buy a car. Started out with an R31 Skyline, which was just very basic street car. I ended up blowing the motor in that. I then bought a Fairlady, which was also a street car, and then I turned it into a track car. And then from there I went to an S13. Built that up to be pretty much my dream car, and then got made redundant from my job. And yeah, sort of had to put that up for sale. And then yeah, right around that time this car popped up at obviously a good price, so I figured cheap, reliable, I'll buy that and jump back into this so I can at least keep driving. It's very smooth. It was sort of, when I first got it, I set it up very much like an S chassis, and it didn't work. And through a bit of research and talking to people, I actually found that the rear end of these react the complete opposite of what an S chassis does. So once I got that sorted and got the sort of suspension that set up a little bit nicer, it's very smooth. They're very grippy and very hard to take grip out of. But yeah, once you sort of get that set up right, yeah, I love driving it. I'd actually probably still keep the VQ in it. I kind of want to keep it as it came out of the factory with that motor. Obviously, I want to put the supercharger kit on it, get a lot more power out of it, make it a little bit nicer to drive, and eventually I do want to step up and drive L1. That will obviously come with time and practice and getting the car where it needs to be. But yeah, I can't see me changing from the Z chassis anytime soon. So